Welcome to the Hardwood Report at the half. I'm Ryder Bullock. Been a fun one in Boston, TD Garden. Celtics lead the Dallas Mavericks 58-53 in a game that has a little bit of everything so far. Pace, perimeter shooting, and the continuing storyline that hangs over this building tonight. Of course, the headline entering the evening was the return of Jason Tatum back on an NBA floor for the first time since the Achilles injury that abruptly ended his postseason nearly 10 months ago. And while the box score doesn't yet show the explosive scoring nights Celtics fans have grown used to, his presence has already shaped the rhythm of the game. Tatum has 5 points at the half, shooting 2 for 8. But perhaps more importantly, he's added 5 rebounds and 5 assists, moving the ball, facilitating the offense, and showing signs that the feel for the game, even after a long absence, hasn't left him. But if there has been one Celtic who has kept Boston's offense humming, it's been Derek White. White leads the Celtics with 13 points, shooting 5 of 9 from the floor, knocking down a pair of three-pointers. He's been decisive, aggressive, and comfortable attacking Dallas when the defense collapses around Boston's shooters. Alongside him, Jaylen Brown has chipped in 10 points, continuing to provide that steady scoring presence that Boston often relies on when the offense stalls. Now, when you look at the broader statistical picture of this game, it reveals a contest defined by two different approaches to offense. Boston has leaned heavily on the three-point shot. The Celtics have already attempted 31 shots from beyond the arc, connecting on 10 of them. And that willingness to stretch the floor has forced Dallas to defend nearly every inch of it. Dallas, on the other hand, has been more dangerous when the game becomes open and fast. The Mavericks have scored 14 fast break points, double the Celtics total, and that ability to turn defense into immediate offense has kept them within striking distance throughout the half. In fact, despite Boston's edge in perimeter shooting, the overall efficiency between these two teams has been remarkably close. Dallas is shooting 40% from the floor, Boston just slightly better at 42%. Rebounding has been nearly even as well, with the Celtics holding a slight 29-27 advantage on the glass. Where Boston has managed to create separation in ball movement and defensive activity, the Celtics have recorded 15 assists to Dallas's 12, and they've also generated 4 steals and 5 blocks, disrupting several Maverick possessions in the half court. Now, on the Dallas side, the Mavericks have been lifted significantly by their bench production. Najee Marshall has been outstanding, scoring 13 points on 6 of 9 shooting, providing energy and scoring when Dallas needed it most. Those contributions off the bench are a big reason the Mavericks remain within a single possession. Rookie Cooper Flagg has shown flashes of why he's one of the most talked about young players in the league. Flagg has 10 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists, attacking the basket and showing confidence even in a tough road environment. But the Mavericks have struggled somewhat from long range, hitting just 4 of their 16 three-point attempts. And if they want to flip this game in the second half, that's an area where improvement will likely be necessary. Another factor to watch is the tempo of the game. Dallas clearly prefers when the pace quickens, when rebounds become fast breaks, and when the game flows end to end. Boston, meanwhile, has been comfortable slowing things down, running half-court sets, and letting their shooters find space around the perimeter. That stylistic tug-of-war has been present throughout the first 24 minutes. The largest lead for either team has been just 5 points, which tells you everything you need to know about how competitive this first half has been. And perhaps that's fitting for a night that carries a little extra meaning in Boston. The return of a franchise player, a team trying to reassert itself in the Eastern Conference, and an opponent in Dallas capable of turning momentum in a matter of seconds. So as we head toward the second half, here are a few things worth watching. For Boston, the question is whether Jason Tatum can find his offensive rhythm as the night goes on. The leg returns slowly after injury. like the one he endured, but players of his caliber often need only a short stretch to remind everyone exactly who they are. That building popped when he just did the little tip in too. Wasn't nothing special, but this building popped, and he got hot soon thereafter, that three-pointer there. And so if he gets more of that, it's going to be through the roof. For Dallas, they'll focus on improving their perimeter shooting and continuing to push the pace whenever possible. If the Mavericks can turn this into a faster, more chaotic game, it could tilt the balance in their favor. But Boston continues to move the ball. But if Boston continues to move the ball, hit outside shots, and control the defensive glass, the Celtics will feel comfortable protecting this narrow lead. And with only 5 points separating the teams, the second half promises to deliver the kind of competitive finish that only defines nights like this. At halftime here in Boston, the Celtics 58, the Mavericks 53. Well, guess who's back? Back again. Jason Tatum's back. Tell a friend. After 10 months sidelined with that brutal Achilles injury, Tatum hits the parquet tonight, and he's already making his presence felt halfway through. He's got 5 points on 2 of 8 shooting, but don't overlook the all-around game. 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 fouls. This isn't just a scoring stat line. This is the star rediscovering his rhythm. Celtics fans, buckle up. History in the making. Boston up by 5. Third quarter when we come back.